What's going on, guys? It's GoldenNinja77 here, and today we are going to be going over the top 5 zombie games, or top 5 Call of Duty zombie games. Now, there are only 6, and no, we're not going to be including Call of Duty World War II in this because it is not done yet. So we might update this at the end of the year, or end of next year, sorry. But let's get into it. So, coming into our number 5 spot, we have Advanced Warfare. So, I know a lot of people were probably expecting Infinite Warfare to come in 5th, but we don't know yet. So, the reason I put Advanced Warfare in the number 5 spot is because it didn't launch originally with a zombies game, a zombies map. And because of this, it really made the whole community like confused, and there was this one Exo Survival, whatever that was. But yeah, it didn't launch with it, and then you had to actually buy the season pass, or you had to buy the DLC to get the zombies map. And the Easter eggs weren't really anything to be great about. The gameplay was just alright. It was just a little bit of zombies, nothing compared to some of the Treyarch games, and that's just my reason. And that is why it is coming in at number 5. Coming in back in our number 4 spot, we have Infinite Warfare. Now, the reason Infinite Warfare made it above Advanced Warfare is because Infinite Warfare at least launched with a zombies map and then came with 4 more. They were both the game company's first attempt at zombies, so I'm going to give them a little bit of slack there. But coming after Call of Duty Ghost Extinction, I feel like the zombies was pretty good. I didn't play it a whole lot, but the stuff I did play was pretty fun. Now, they did mess up with Radioactive Thing, the Easter egg, and Shaolin Shuffle, but the gameplay on those was actually pretty good, despite what everyone else said. So, coming down in our number 3 spot, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 1. The reason Black Ops 1 is in this spot and not any higher is because I feel like the gameplay is probably the worst out of the 3 Black Ops games. It's the most buggy, I guess, the slowest, and I feel like all the maps are held back by the old gen systems, and like Moon on Black Ops 1 is just gray. Majority of Moon is gray. Ascension was a really easy map at the time. Kino was a really great map after coming out from like World at War, and Kino was a nice spice of life. 5 was also really fun, but I don't think it's anything too great to get all worked up about. And Shangri-La was just super hard, especially back when the zombies community just started. So that's why Black Ops deserves the number 3 spot. And coming down in our number 2 spot, we have Black Ops 2. Now, this could be argued with the first place contender, but this is my personal opinion, so you guys can have your own, but I feel Black Ops 2 just doesn't qualify with our top contender. And the reason why: Origin was a solid map, Mob of the Dead was a solid map, Buried was pretty good, a lot of people like it, very good for starters. Die Rise was even fun, but the killer of this was Transit. Transit was just a terrible map, and it really knocked down the community after they were all hyped up and they seen all those things, and it just really knocked down all the excitement out of the community. But it did launch with 4 maps technically. It launched with Transit, Town, Bus Depot, and Farm, so that was also good. And really, I feel like that is probably one of the most, and it has some of my favorite guns. And that's just one of my personal favorite games. And coming down, we have an honorable mention. This is World at War. And I would feel bad about putting World at War above Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare because it's not really that great, to be honest. I mean, it has Der-Riese, and that's pretty much all it's got going for it. Shi No Numa was pretty fun, but it was extremely broken. You could get to around 1,000 an hour. We had Verrückt, which had insanely fast sprinters that could run faster than you. You didn't have the Dolphin Dive, and Noct was pretty much impossible. You had to be a top tier player to get to high round on Noct World at War. There's many glitches, and to this is if you want to get in a public game on World at War, it's full of hackers. So that is why World at War deserves the honorable mention. And coming in our #1 spot, I bet most of you already guessed it by now, we have Black Ops 3. And as you guys see in the footage, another great reason Black Ops 3 deserves it is Zombie Chronicles. Without Zombie Chronicles, it could even be, I would say that Black Ops 2 would maybe even be better than Black Ops 3. Again, this is my own personal opinion, and Black Ops 3 was my favorite game because this was the newest game for me and when I really started getting into zombies. So for this, it does give me a little bit of a nostalgia factor, so I guess that kind of could go negative against it. But I feel like we had Shadows. Really bad map for starters, but once you know it and get it down, it's amazing map. One of my favorites this day, makes my top 5. And then we had DE to kick it off. Another incredible map, and you get Giant if you buy a season pass. Already, that's 3 great maps to start off the game. Zetsubo was a little bit of a downfall, but it still ended up being okay. I enjoyed it personally. And then we had Gorod Krovi, which threw the community back into another great position, which led to Revelations, which is actually one of my favorite maps still to this day. I know the community hated it, and they hated it the Easter egg mainly, but the map has tons of great gameplay, even though it is quite easy. And it has Zombie Chronicles that I mentioned before, bringing it back 8 more maps and remastering them and making them all look amazing. And that's about it. Those are some of the things. They also added the Gobblegum system, which a lot of people say is pay to win, but let me just say I've never spent $1 on the game other than buying it in the DLCs. I never spent a dime on microtransactions, and I have over 150 immolations and over 35 perkaholics. So it just shows you can put time into it. You don't have to buy it. They don't really change the game too much because if you're just bad at the game, it's not going to make you better. Might make it a little bit easier to play, but you still need the skill to be good. And that is my list of top 5 Call of Duty Zombies games. If you did enjoy, please leave a like because it really does help. And remember, this is my opinion. If you have a different opinion, put the list in the comments below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!